What's going on? It's Astronaut H, and this is the What More Do You Want Network. Now, in this video, I will be discussing some NBA news, NBA awards, so to speak. Now that we're here at the, over the halfway point of the season, and again, like I said in a couple previous videos, I just want to talk about players that I believe, or player that I believe would be in line for a particular award. And in this video, it's no different. I'm going to talk about the Sixth Man of the Year award, and there are only two players that I believe that are in line for this award. Number one being Norman Powell of the Los Angeles Clippers. Norman Powell has been playing very, very great, in his role behind, a lineup that has James Harden, Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, even a lineup that consists of guys like that, all-star talent, Hall of Fame talent. This guy still finds a way to come in off the bench, be productive. Now, mind you, Norman Powell can be a starter in the NBA. That's without a doubt. I think people forget that when it comes to certain guys that come off the bench. It's not because I don't think Norman Powell comes off the bench because he lacks talent. I don't think that's what the case is. I think, in a situation like being with the Clippers and ultimately being able to add value in a space where you are the prototypical best scoring option when guys go to the bench, like a Harden or a Paul George or a Kawhi. When you come in the game, it's looked at as a good thing. Most guys come off the bench is like garbage time or things like that. And what I've witnessed from, Norman Powell this season is that he's in a role where he's been able to flourish and flourish very, very well. A guy coming off the bench, he's averaging about 13 points a game, but I don't think that number is warranted for what he could bring. I think that 13 could be more, but again, like I said, the guy is still shooting north of what we're talking about from the field. Norman Powell is almost shooting 50% from the field. For three, he's shooting almost 46% from three. So when you look at that and you look at the things that he's been able to accomplish with a team like the Clippers, I think he's definitely a name who you can speak to about Sixth Man of the Year. Now, another player I want to speak to also is Malik Monk of the Sacramento Kings, a guy that has been playing like his hair has been on fire lately. When you look at some of the games where De'Aaron Fox hasn't played very well in the first half, Mike Brown looks to him. Mike Brown looks to him as to add the spark off the bench. Mike Brown looks to him to get the scoring punch going for the Kings in that scenario, and it's definitely warranted. Malik Monk is definitely not a player who you can overlook. He's definitely a player that if you are on the defense, he's definitely somebody that you have to pay attention to, because not only can he score, but in his two seasons with the Sacramento Kings, as I look over his stats this year, excuse me for a second, and I look over his stats, we're talking about a player that has been averaging 15 points per game. Averaging 15 points per game. His assist numbers are really good. He's averaging almost 6 assists per game. He's giving you almost a block and a steal per game, couple turnovers a game. But again, the guy gets to the free throw line at 81%. He's shooting His 2-point percentage is about 44%, which is good. And I look at a guy like Malik Monk, and I say to myself, well, if he was in any other situation, he could be a starter as well. You know what? That's what I said. One thing about six men is not the fact that they lack talent. Sometimes they are on more. You know, they're the person that's in front of them is just a little more talented. Now, in Malik Monk's case, you could argue and say Kevin Huerter should be the one coming off the bench, but you know that's not me. That's up for the coaches to decide. But with the two guys that I did name, Malik Monk and Norman Powell, I mean, it's like splitting hairs when it comes to these two. But what I will say is, if I had a chance and choice to pick who I think is the currently right now at the halfway point or over or a little bit past the halfway point of this NBA season, who do I think the NBA Sixth Man of the Year is and should be and could be, is none other than Malik Monk of the Sacramento Kings. Now, will that come to fruition? That's yet to be seen and be determined. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. NBA fans, basketball fans, or if this is just your first time tuning into the channel, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know anytime a video is being uploaded to this channel. It's Astronaut H. This is the What More Do You Want Network, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.